Hi guys!
Welcome to the
Stick with Kaji
podcast. I'm Luann.
And I'm Sean.
And thank you for joining us on our second episode. How are you feeling?
Still nervous. I'm still not used to this.
No, because I'm used to being behind the camera. So being in front of the camera is very nerve-wracking. So thank you.
At least Luann's been talking behind the camera. I usually don't talk that much, so this is really making me feel nervous. And we don't really talk to grown-ups. But by the way, this show is for parents, adults, grown-ups, not for kids. So this is a little bit different. I'm sure the kids can still enjoy it too if they watch it, but it's mainly for parents.
That's right. And just to recap, we started this channel just for you guys to see the more behind the scene, the more personal side of us, because we don't really show that on the other channels because it's meant for kids. So this side is just to see what is it like.
It's supposed to be more raw.
We'll see.
Like Cardi B. We're gonna be Cardi C. But yeah, I mean, there's some stuff that we wanted to mention, but then we always kind of just reluctant on sharing that with you guys in the video on the Ryan's World channel because it's for kids.
Right.
But here, if we have any concerns, if you're upset with something, mention it in the video. And
then I also have an Instagram I started, so if you want to join that, that'd be great. It is just at Luann Kaji. See what I mean? I'm just not good. I'm so sorry.
I guess it's not catchy enough.
Yeah, Luann Kaji there on Instagram. So that's just more of what I do, just mainly what I eat.
And I can say I'm married to an Instagram model.
Please don't. So let's get started. Today's topic is how we met. So there is a shorter, condensed version on our family channel, the Kaji family channel. It's a Draw My Life that we did a long time ago, but that is a very condensed version. This is the more raw, unedited, more juicy details, I guess.
I don't think that there were much juicy details there, but yeah. I mean, how long ago was it when I first met you?
Jeez, it was in 2009.
I was 21 when I first met Luann, so 12 years ago.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
wow.
a long time ago. So first off, we went to the college in Texas. It's called Texas Tech in Lubbock. And I'll let Sean explain why he decided to go there.
I decided to go there because that was probably one of the few schools that I got accepted to. So at that time, I didn't really speak English well, right? I mean, still don't, but even worse than right now. Back then, I just came to U.S. So, I applied Texas Tech and I guess UT too. But I wanted to be away from Austin a little bit. I lived in Austin for 4 years.
Yeah.
And I just wanted some changes. Because ever since I moved to U.S., that was the only city I've lived with. And I wanted to see some different side of, Texas.
Yeah, and it must be hard because you just came over recently to Japan. I know it's 4 years, but, that's still, as a teenager, it's probably really hard trying to adjust the different culture and trying to understand the language.
And for 18 years old, away from parents, the freedom was just something I was also craving too. So that's another reason why.
Right. And then I chose Lubbock because same thing. Mom, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but I just wanted a college that is still inside Texas because of, tuition reasons, but as farthest away that I can.
It was really far.
Of Houston. Because that way I have a reason to say, I can't come home this break, or, I'm studying for finals and it's just not enough time to come home. I mean, I still went home during Christmas or spring break, but those mini holidays where there's just 3 days, it's just not enough time for me to come home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like about 10 hours drive.
Yeah.
I drove between Houston to Lubbock a couple of times, but it's horrible. Ugh. That's why sometimes we take an airplane, but it's. I'm surprised Luann was able to drive back and forth between Lubbock and Houston.
I was younger then. Now it's no way. I can't do that. But yeah, so that's why we chose Lubbock, and I started school a little later because of personal reasons, which we might make a video about how we adjusted to life in the U.S. and what it's like growing up. A different podcast video. If you guys are interested, let us know below. But for now, let's start talking about the first day that we met. So it was during summer still. School hadn't exactly started yet. And I had met some roommates the previous year, and we decided when we come back, we would all room together. So we rented this apartment together. It was the four of us. And we decided, we should go somewhere to celebrate the beginning of school. And because of that, one of my roommate happened to know Sean's best friend, Patrick. And so they invited Sean and Patrick along to go out to eat. And then we went to look at art gallery together. And
that was a big event. It's a art trail. So entire area, a block of the city, each store, even though it's not art gallery, it's like a bar or restaurant. They all presented all different arts in their stores, so people can go in and look at the art or just drink or eat food. So that's what we did just throughout the night. And before we go into that art trail, we had the dinner first together. And that's the first time I met Loanne. I remember I sat next to Loanne that day during the dinner.
Was that on purpose?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was whispering to Patrick, "Hey, Patrick, can I just sit next to Loanne?" But at that time, I didn't even know Loanne lives in the same apartment complex, because that's where I used to live too.
Right. Well, I just moved into that complex, so I didn't really get a chance to meet anybody yet either. So, but yeah, I remember you guys came in and, being boys, you guys were pretty loud and and you looked, Sean back then, you still do, obviously, but you look very high maintenance, let's put it that way. If you think so, you guys envision a Japanese or K-pop star. That's exactly what Sean looked like, and still to a degree look like that now, of course.
That's what the 12 years just make you, having kids, raising 3 kids. But to be honest, the first year when I was born, I was already looking like this. So
it's the stress.
Yeah. But yeah, I was a lot skinnier back then.
I remember we went around and we talked about our attribute and stuff, and I just remember thinking, yeah, this guy is very high maintenance. Looks like somebody that I would never want to date or hang out with, because he would take way longer to get dressed and get ready than I do.
Okay, when you first met me, you didn't know how long I would.
You just look like it, that's all. Me, if you guys can tell, I don't do my nails. My hair just pretty much looks like this. So I'm very low maintenance. It takes me, and I don't even know how to do makeup. So it takes me 5 to 10 minutes to get ready. But Sean, he knows how to style. Okay, he's wearing pretty good clothing.
Used to.
So
I really don't care any of those things anymore, because that's a waste of time. So I don't do that anymore. But yeah, back then in college, even like hairs, I just always just style it. And even when I first met Loanne too, I go back and forth between the restroom and then just making sure my twist on my hair is still at that angle that I set it up too. So they have to layer it. And
see, I wasn't wrong. High maintenance. But now you're not at all.
Yeah, I spent like 1 minute.
Again, that's what being a parent is, right? You don't get that much time on yourself anymore.
Yeah, I think my wife is already impressed. I thought it's okay, just relax a little bit.
So why not try anymore?
No, I'm trying, but
I'm just kidding.
I want to go on a little bit more steady pace now.
Of course, yeah.
Because in the morning, it's like a fire drill, taking the kids to school, so.
It is. We're like rushing, like let's go. So, okay, so that was our first impression. Thought he was high maintenance, and what did you think of me? I don't even remember. I
think I have everything positive. I thought she was nice. She was fun. And the number one thing was she laughs at stuff I say. And that's normally I don't see it from other people. People just look bored when I talk. So her laughing at and stuff I'm talking about, I was really happy. Just that day I was gone. I guess I'm a funny person.
You are. I really think you're hilarious.
But then the next day I hang out with other people, and then it was just so. I think it was just that day. But yeah, I was really having a fun time just talking to Luann and hanging out with her friends too. We took a lot of pictures, and we had a fun time at the art trail too. And it's still, even the end of the day, I don't think I found out that you live in the same apartment complex.
I don't remember when we found out. I just remember for some reason all of us had exchanged numbers. And then,
which took courage on me to ask. I never ask anybody. Well, I mean, guy friends, they just always ask phone numbers. But to any girls to ask numbers, I was very nervous.
I just remember the next day I was actually hanging out with one of my friends, and then we were, didn't know what to do. And so we're like, hey, what about we just ask some people to hang out? And we called multiple people, but nobody was available. So we're like, hey, what about the two guys we met yesterday,
Yeah, I didn't know that behind the scenes. That's very depressing. New information that I didn't know.
Or I'm just making it up. I don't even remember. It's been so long ago, So then I called. Remember we called you. And then we found out that, hey, you live in the same complex.
Mm-hmm.
And so you and Patrick came over, and then we just hang out with you. We play like Jenga together. And then at one point, I think you had found out that I had played Magic somehow. Maybe you were you saw
the Magic
some
Gathering.
cards.
It's a card game. Yeah.
And so the instant that happens, and Sean was saying, "Hey, let's go to the store so I can buy some Magic cards so we can battle."
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying, "Why can't you just use mine? It was just for fun, and we just barely met, so it's like we can just share." But Sean insisted that he gets his own. So
yeah, I don't like using other people's stuff, and I don't feel like I have a satisfaction even if I win. If it's your card, then you can say, "Oh, that was my card." So I want to deserve the win. So I went to Walmart. It's like at midnight, right, and just buying all those random packs and then trying to make a deck out of it. But just to be fair, Luann had thousands and thousands of cards. I never owned that much card before, and then just seeing that many cards from the girls' closet was just surprising to me.
And I was very happy that he played Magic because I had amazing roommates, but they were more into more girly things, shopping, makeup, getting their nails done and hair done, which is fine. That's what most girls like to do. But I'm not that type of girl, and I during that time I was more into just doing more physical outdoor activities, and I love playing video games, and Magic the Gathering was one of my favorite things to play. I just haven't met anybody during that time that wanted to play Magic, so I was very excited when I found out that he also plays Magic. So we spent all night playing, probably up until I think like 5 a.m. because he would just not quit. And again, to be fair, I had better cards than him, so I had a big advantage. But he's very persistent. We played all night until he wins. So
Right. Yeah, I just cannot stop if I'm losing. So that took all night.
I remember saying, "Can we just stop now? I'm tired." And then he's like, "No, let's play again."
And don't go easy on me because I don't like people going easy on me either. So but that took all night. Yeah, and then it was really fun because Magic the Gathering I used to play when I was in the middle school. So it was kind of coming back in memory all the fun time I had back when I was little. So it was fun doing that with Luann. And the cards were different, compared to when I was little. So it's interesting. It's how the card game evolves over time. And I was learning all that stuff from Luann. And that was the first time. Even when I was in middle school, none of the girls played Magic the Gathering or any card games. So Luann was the first girl card game player that I ever met. And I thought it was kind of cool being able to talk about those card game stuff to friends, female friends.
And so that's why we started hanging out more. And then besides that, we did try to to work out together. We try other activities too, which is also fun. Oh, and then my favorite is because we were so into magic, we would go to this thing called Friday Night Magic. So at our local card shop, every Friday, a whole bunch of people would get together and we would battle.
You'd think, what kind of person would have a free time to play Magic the Gathering on a Friday night? But that was our party, right? So when you go to Friday Night Magic, you usually stay until like 11 o'clock or midnight.
If you win, you stay longer. So it's...
And it's pretty intense. You play like rounds and rounds of the game. So you end up playing for like 5-6 hours. And it's really fun because as you go more and more often, then you get to know the people who comes every week. So you make more friends at the card shop, and the owner of the card shop was really a fun guy too. I wish we get to go back to Lubbock and see him again. I wonder if the card shop is still there.
I know, would love it if it's still there. Would love to see, if it's the same as we remember. It's been so long. So we had so much fun that there were multiple moments where we thought, after college, maybe we should just open up our own card shop. That was one of our dream.
Yeah, so we did invest some money. I called it my first investment, but there are some people online, there's some companies too, just invest on just buying the card, right? And then just when the price goes up, they resell it, right? I wanted to do that too. So we bought like 5 same products of the Magic the Gathering card
for $20 each.
Yeah, and I went to all different stores like a Walmart, Target, and then trying to buy from Amazon if the price is good. So I think we bought like a total of 10 boxes of it, hoping over years the price would go up. But I still have it in our attic, and it's still at the same price.
Still $20. So hey, at least we didn't lose in the investment. Well, maybe we kind of did because the inflation. Right?
Yeah. And I don't think anybody want to buy it even at the regular price. But that was fun, But just so you know, if the most expensive card, if you have it, it's called Black Lotus. It's from over 20 years ago, and it hasn't been reprinted. But if you have that, it's probably like $100,000.
Oh wow!
It's hard to put a price on it because it's so limited. There are only few cards left in the world, so I've heard about a rumor that it was sold at $100,000.
Wow, but it has to probably be untouched and stuff, right?
Yeah, it has to be sleeved up, put in a glass container. Yeah, you cannot even touch it.
Yeah. So, which brings me to my next point. Because of Magic, which we bonded over, it's also because of Magic that we actually had our first fight.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, so when we were playing Magic, sometimes Lorraine just trying to pick up my card, right, and then read it, what the text says. When she's trying to pick it up from the table, she keeps scratching it over. I keep telling Lauren, please just slide it over to the edge of the table and pick it up so you don't scratch my card. But she kept doing it, and I got really frustrated because after I see it, and now the edge is all scratched and all damaged. So I got upset. Hey, Lauren, can you please stop it? This is the 5th time already saying it, and then Lauren got really upset. Me telling her that, and she just left in the middle and didn't get to talk to her until the next day.
I'm sorry about that. Just at that time, I loved playing Magic, but at the same time, you were just you started buying cards, so the cards that you had initially wasn't even that expensive. So I thought, what is the big deal? The cards are worth $1, but that was my fault. I should have, respect how you feel about your own cards. So
there are a lot of moments right now I feel like we probably fight probably 10% of the amount compared to back then when we were in college. We don't fight as much. Back then, Lauren was a little bit different. She was a little bit stubborn, and it was a little bit scary to me too. There's one time we got in a big fight because Lauren has a habit of, after cracking the egg, she collect the cracked eggshell and put it back into the egg container.
Again, that was college me. I was really immature. But I'm different now. So
I keep telling, why would you put it back? You can just throw it away. But she insists putting it back for some reason.
Because I was stubborn. In my head, I was thinking, he's probably right. I should probably throw this away. It's probably very unsanitized to put it back. But since you were telling me, I was thinking, oh, I'm not going to listen to him. Again, my bad. I'm sorry.
But yeah, the stuff like that. Those are small things. We always just every now and then we fight, But that was a kind of fun memory. So another thing that we fought over was when Loan was trying to surprise me with cleaning my restroom. So that's something really nice gesture, right? And I think I would appreciate it too. But when she was cleaning, she didn't know because she probably hardly cleaned her house. So when she did clean my restroom, she cleaned it with 2 different chemicals when she was cleaning the toilet. And usually, if you know, when you mix 2 different chemicals, two different branded cleaning chemicals, sometimes it makes the poisonous fume. So when I came home, I noticed Loan was tearing up, coughing, and she couldn't breathe because just like she made the chemical fume when she was cleaning the restroom.
Well, yeah, sorry about that. But, the restroom was very dirty. And so when I was using one chemical, it just didn't clean very well. So I was like, I don't know what to do. And so and then I bought different kinds. So I was like, oh, if this one doesn't work, I'll just try the other one. And not thinking that, the other one was still present.
Gotcha.
So
I didn't know my restroom was that dirty.
But anyway, again, shouldn't have done that. And yeah, so growing up, I feel very privileged, but my mom, we weren't rich or anything. We were the opposite of rich. We were actually really poor growing up. But my mom really took care of us. She insists that she did everything. And because of that, I'm not blaming her because I really appreciate her doing everything for us when we were little. But the fact that she did, when I went to college, I didn't have any sort of life skills. I didn't know how to cook, how to clean. And so, I tried to research on YouTube and looking at, just Googling how to fold laundry. It was very basic, starting from the beginning.
Oh, man.
So
the laundry, too. That's another fight, too, that we had. I'm sorry, I keep talking about the fight. So the laundry, too, that's something that bothered me at the first was, this is a safe zone, right? I think it's safe zone, I think. Okay, so another thing that bothered me first was Loan washed the clothes, and when she does, she fold the clothes, but a lot of times the clothes are inside out, but she still folded super nice. But when I open it, when I decide to wear it, then I still have to, fix it and then wear it. That bothered me.
I know. And during that time, I was thinking, why can't you just, undo the inside out? It takes a few seconds. No big deal.
Yeah, it's always, you do it then. But now you should see how Loan folds. It's like a art. Like she folds like Emma and Kate's clothes and all nicely, all organized. What changed?
I don't know. I guess everybody was, I guess with kids, you have to be more organized. And then the whole trend of Marie
KonMari.
Yeah, KonMari came along, and then I was inspired. I read some of her books. I watched the Netflix show.
So I guess you didn't get inspired by KonMari in college.
Sorry.
I said the exact same thing. I'm seeing the other Netflix show. I felt the exact same way, but that did not inspire her.
But the way that she said it was just so calm, and it's just
the spark.
It really resonated with me. So that's what I've been doing. Before I used to hate to clean. I found it very stressful. I just want to get it done out of the way. Now I'm treating cleaning as it's like meditation. I just take it slow and just really enjoy the moment.
Yeah, this is surprising to me because Loan before did not like cleaning. She looks more stressed out. So yeah, I'm glad. Good job, Netflix show. Yeah.
Thank you. One day I tried to surprise Sean with a dinner, and I honestly don't really know how to cook. So I tried to make an impressive dinner with shrimp and asparagus, and rice. Except I didn't know how much spice I should add into the shrimp. I added way too much. But, Sean was a trooper, and you can tell in his face, he was like sweating. But he was trying his hardest to eat it. So
Yeah, and you guys know by already now that that I cannot eat spicy food that well. So that was a challenge to me even back then. I still remember how spicy that was. But yeah, usually I cook. Between us, I'm the one cooking. I enjoy cooking, so it's fine. But it's nice gesture every now and then seeing Loanne cooking for me.
I still try to cook now every now and then, but in my mind, I always tell them, Sean, we should probably get a backup plan just in case I fail, which I feel 90% of the time I do. And I don't get it because I feel as if I'm following the instruction to the T and it doesn't come out.
Or sometimes you forget one step. So I asked Loanne to just start the rice cooker when I was on the way back from home so we can eat rice, and the side dish was already ready. She forgot to add water to the rice cooker. So when I came home, there was a dried up, nicely warm, dried rice in the rice cooker.
I'm still learning, obviously.
But now she can cook salmon for kids. Beyond Burger.
Okay, that's not impressive at all. Anybody
Impossible
can do
Burger.
That. You're just repeating the same type of things.
No. But yeah, I feel like Loanne cooks salmon a lot better than other people. Even compared to the restaurant, I think her salmon is good.
Well, I learned it from you. So,
Yeah.
So Sean is great at salmon. Every time that he cooks salmon for Ryan noticed a difference. He's always saying, "Wait, who cooked this?" And most of the time it's Sean.
It's all about timing.
So before we continue with more juicy drama, what are some of your favorite moments, dates or activities that we have done together?
I think my favorite is always just the first date. When we went to the first date to the drive-in theater, that was really fun because I'd never been to drive-in theater before.
Me neither.
And I always watch it on the 90s American movies, like a bunch of cars watching the big screen, the movie screen outside the just giant yard. And, I was so excited when Loanne told me there's one place that offers that in Lubbock.
Right. So we had a great time. The only problem was that the movies that we chose were Zombieland and Saw. So it was a little bit scary.
Not really a romantic choice for the first date.
For somebody.
But Zombieland wasn't that scary.
Right.
I was able to do it, but then the Saw, I did not see that much.
Right. Even when we're in college, I feel as if we still act like little kids. We would still, now thinking about it, I'm wondering why did we go to those places? But we would go to the park. I remember one time the day before a final, we went to Chuck E. Cheese. Luckily there wasn't that much kids there, but now thinking about it, what is people in their 20s doing at Chuck E. Cheese without kids? I don't know, but we had a blast.
Yeah, not even Dave and Buster. We decided to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
It was cheaper.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because during college time, you know how it is. We don't really have much money. So we try to do everything we can with the bare minimal of spending possible. There's some restaurants that I refuse to go to if we don't have a coupon.
Or a free refill, right? But yeah, we use Groupon all the time. We don't really go to restaurant unless we find it at the Groupon. Mm-hmm. Probably young people now don't even know what the Groupon is.
And then also one of my other favorite places that we went, at least for me anyways, was when we went all the way to Carlsbad Cavern in New Mexico. I love doing outdoor activities. And so it was fun to go into the cave and experience what's it like there. It was, if I remember correctly, it's a 3-hour tour. It was a lot of crawling and squeezing into tight spaces. And there were a point, because there were some cliff in there, some point was kind of scary because you have to climb. And if you look over, you see how deep it is. And so you really have to be careful because you could fall.
And before you go in there, they make you sign a waiver. If you die, then they're not responsible for it. So it's scary even before going in there. And there's some part there like really high cliff. If you fall, I think you might be goner. So I was really, really desperate to get out as soon as possible.
Yes, it was kind of funny. Going in, Sean, out of the group, he was the slowest going in. And so we have to keep pushing him along. Come on, Sean, let's go. We're moving on. But the instant we got to the end, when the tour guide said, hey, guys, let's turn around and go out, he was the first one out. I was very impressed. I was like, oh, if you have that kind of skill set, then
I have to survive, just whatever it takes. After that, after we get all the way to the end, I felt more comfortable. And I already know the route back, so I was just being able to go right away. And I went to see the sun. But it was really cool, because when everybody turned off the light, it was like a pure darkness. You don't see anything. And just the sound of the inside the cave. There's some sound, like a static sound that you hear, and it was really amazing. And one of the many things I like about Loen is she always introducing me to those new things that I never experienced before, because she's very adventurous and impulsive too. This is like something that she decided to take us, decide to go like a few days before. I like to plan ahead, but Loen always have hey, today let's go here. So I always just like those surprises ever since I met Loen. But yeah, the cave was one of the kind.
Yeah, and I think we took some pictures. Again, we had so much fun. As with any couples, there's always fights. Yeah, let's talk about our first official breakup.
Right. So we went to a Six Flags, right, amusement park together. Amusement park for the first time, and we got on some of the roller coasters. And if you guys haven't noticed, I really, really hate roller coasters. On the videos, I've been on a roller coaster many times now, because I guess I have the father instinct. I have to be brave in front of the kids, so I just always just put that mask on and then just force myself to be on the roller coaster. But back then, I could not ride any roller coaster. And I pushed myself because I went there with Loen, and she loves roller coasters. So I tried to get on as many as possible, whatever the Loen wanted to go. But at the end, there's a one that we lined up for an hour. And it's finally our turn. But then it looks super scary that I could not get on.
I think it's one of those roller coaster where it would swing back and forth, and it starts slowly. But then eventually it would flip all the way around.
Oh, no. Just for my defense, that I can do that one.
Oh, no. Which one? I don't remember. But
so
anyway.
it's the one, the roller coaster go all the way up. Just do that one way, then moving forward. After that, and then go backwards. That was scary to me.
Yeah, I was really excited to try. And then once we got up there, I was like, okay, Sean, let's go in. I'm all pumped. So excited. It's finally our turn. We waited for hours, and then I was about to go in, and then Sean was saying, maybe we should just not. And I was very upset.
So she gave me this ultimatum, whether we go on this roller coaster or we're going to break up.
Well, I don't know. I was pretty immature when I was in college. And so I thought if I say that, then maybe he'll change his mind,
And I got some emotional support from the little girls in front of me too. She was saying, it's not that scary. I can do it too. And the middle schoolers behind me was laughing behind too. So it was a lot of pressures on my shoulders. And I decided to break up with Loen. I told Loen that, okay, I guess we'll break up. And then we decided to go back home after that.
I was very shocked. I mean, in your defense, I should not use that as an ultimatum. But at the same time, I didn't think that you would take it,
I carefully thought about breaking up, riding the roller coaster, breaking up the coaster. And I'm sorry about the not riding the roller coaster one. I'm sorry. I could not ride. Even now, I don't think I can ride that one.
Really?
Like, if you go to Six Flags, there's so many scary ones. Just Disneyland, I can do it. There are some reasonable ones. But Six Flags, it's like, what are you trying to do? Like, just
be adventurous.
That's too scary. Even for the video, I wouldn't do Six Flags.
But yeah, so that's what happened. Our first official breakup. And the next day, I thought about it, how silly that was, and so I don't remember how I probably apologized and we got back together because that was not a good reason to break up with someone.
I think it was a reverse. I think I apologized.
I don't remember. I just remember.
But you nicely accepted it.
No,
So.
I just remember. I was like, why would you even give that person an ultimatum? That's how not smart of you,
No, I mean usually I would say, okay, maybe you're right, and I changed my mind. But just you were probably surprised because you thought that's gonna be the play out.
Right, but then I should have given you the ultimatum in the first place.
But that line was not something I was able to go across. Yeah, but yeah, roller coaster. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot do it. I think there are many guys out there too, just like me, that scared of roller coaster, but then just. The ego and the pride, they cannot speak up, but it's okay. You can speak up.
Comment down below if you're a guy and you just don't like going on those scary quote unquote roller coaster rides.
Luckily, we haven't done any like skydiving or bungee jump. Right. None of those.
When I was younger, I would love to do those things.
No.
But now that I have kids, I just worry, what if something happened to me,
Yeah.
And I just think it's just not worth it now over, doing those activities. What if something happened and the kids are the one who have to pay the price,
Exactly, because I don't even enjoy doing it. And I have to risk my life too. So I was like, what do I gain from this?
So again, we had an amazing time hanging out together, play a lot of Magic. And then as all fun has to come to an end, the semester ended. And I had to go home.
Oh, you graduated, right?
Right, yeah. So I graduated, and then I had to go home.
Uh-huh.
So that it was a 10-hour difference.
Uh-huh.
So, luckily we're still in the same time zone,
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Loan's a little bit a few years older than me. So she graduated a little bit before me. So I was still, when I first met Loan, I was junior in college. So just that same year when we started dating, Loan actually graduated from college.
Right, but I didn't start college right away because of personal reasons. Again, I can tackle that in a different video. But the point is, I did graduate a year earlier, so I went home with my family. And at that point, I was kind of unsure what to do with my life. I had a biology degree because I don't know what I thought, to be honest. I knew that I wanted to do something in the science medical field, but
and I remember I was in the mid, I was observing the Loan's process of deciding what to do after college. There's so many things she was cycling through in her brain, and one of them was also trying to be a nurse too. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, really? I don't remember. All I remember,
you took some nursing classes too.
I just feel so much pressure, right? Because when you go to college, you have 4 years to decide. But once you start taking some classes, you decided, wow, this is really not for you. Or, this would be more interesting. But then you didn't take the classes that are already required for that. And so I was just debating among myself what to do. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go home before I make any decision. I'm just going to go home and decide on what exactly I want to do for the rest of my life. And while I was deciding, I was only home for a few weeks. And then what happened?
Oh, a day before that, whatever that was going to happen, I got accepted to the graduate school in New York. So I was like, okay, so Loan went back home. I guess it's time for me to, think about my next step too. So as Loan was thinking about her next step, I got accepted to the school in New York. So I was gonna go there for a year and a half. And Loan reached out to me the next day.
And I was like, congratulations on your acceptance, but... and then I told him, surprise, I'm pregnant.
And it was funny because I got that text message from Loan while I was in class, and I could not process that info. So I got up and started running around the campus like a Forrest Gump. Not for a month, but I was just running for an hour. And after I digest that information and I talk to Luann.
It was very nerve-wracking because I knew he just got accepted, but I didn't know how long I should hold on to this piece of information. You know?
Oh, you told me right away, right? Yeah.
I'm talking about the day I found out. I just
okay.
wasn't sure how long. Obviously, I didn't wait it that long because I thought you had the right to know.
Yeah, you told me right away.
You know, so... What, I did tell my sister first before you.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yeah,
okay. I didn't know that.
My sister. And so, I was asking her, how long should I wait? And she was saying, no, you need to tell him. And so I was like, yeah, you're right. And so I did.
I would not be happy right before I go to New York, you tell me that, then that might be like, hey, you should have told me first. But yeah, I mean, it was a little bit surprising to us. One, because among any other college students, I think we were one of the immature ones, right? We're still kind of a little kid in the heart. And
despite being older, I still act like a kid, yes.
And there are a lot of stuff we didn't know how to take care of ourselves. So we were a little bit nervous at first. But Lauren was confident and very determined to raise a kid, from the first day. And I think I was a little bit nervous first day. I wasn't sure if I'm right fit for raising kids.
Well,
but then
you were young, when
I was like 21, 22.
Right. And when I found out I was pregnant, I decided, I just can't think for myself anymore.
Yeah.
Right. I have to put my needs and my feeling aside because I have a kid now. And so I want to put my kids' needs in front of me. And so, I decided I need to just buckle down, figure out what I want to do in my life because the life is not about me anymore.
So you decided to be a teacher after you found out that you were pregnant with Ryan?
Yes. I was like, there's no time to waste anymore, Luann. You need to figure it out.
What can I do now? With what I have right now, what can I do?
Right. And
and it's funny because I saw the change in Luann from the first day when she found out she had Ryan. Because until then, we were still a little bit immature. But, after she found out, she was already becoming a mother before even giving birth.
Yeah, I need to stop being selfish. That's what I learned when I was pregnant.
And at that time, we didn't have any monies, right? But then
Right.
Luann went online and researched, how can I support Ryan, while we still kind of low on the money. And she's been looking through like a supports from governments and other jobs while she's looking for jobs too. So I was really amazed how she was able to handle everything.
Well, I tried. So we're going to end this segment of our story. We're going to continue our pregnancy story in the next episode, part 3. So if you want to check that out, it will come next week. So for our next segment, it's called the Sticky Words of the Day. And last time, Sean, because he's Japanese, introduced a Japanese word.
Mm-hmm.
So today I want to take over and introduce a Vietnamese word because that's what I am. I'm Vietnamese. So today, since we were talking about, I guess, how we become, the beginning of how we become a family, so I thought the word we should use is family. So in Vietnamese, the word for family is gia đình.
Gia đình.
There you go.
Yeah,
Gia
there you
đình.
go. Gia đình.
Gia đình.
Oh, okay.
Not hard to say. Not as catchy as other words like ohana, but
What's ohana?
ohana means family.
Oh, in a Hawaiian language.
Hawaiian language,
That's
right
right,
from
that's
Lilo and Stitch. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But, this is my language, so Vietnamese, gia đình.
Gia đình.
Gia đình.
All right.
There you go. So that concludes our episode 3. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for joining us on the Stick with Kaji podcast because, again, you guys have been sticking with us for years now. And, and also we're not that creative of coming up with names. But, again, we're going to just stick with it, and that's our title. So, again, you can follow me on Instagram. It is at Loan Kaji. And do you have any final words?
Oh, thank you for sticking with us and continue sticking with us until the next episode on Stick with Kaji.
Stick with Kaji. Have a family. Sorry. Yes.
Perfect timing.
Stick with Kaji. Have a fantastic day, you guys.
You made it sound like it's going to rhyme. Bye.
Bye.